Bonjour, aujourd'hui on va ajouter des mots à la section de meta-language dans nos cahiers. So today we're going to add some items into our meta-language section in our notebooks. Vous avez besoin de votre cahier, bien sûr, et aussi un stylo ou un crayon. So if you would just go right on ahead and open up to your meta-language section. Comme ça. Now, I know that all of you know that a verb is the action word in a sentence and that it has to agree with the subject. However, there are a few verb-related words that we use regularly that I do need to know that you have that information. So, s'il vous plaît, on va ajouter des mots. We're going to add some words. So the first one we're going to add is infinitive. I-N-F-I-N-I T-I-V-E. Infinitif. En français, c'est l'infinitif. And what this is a basic, ça veut dire the basic unconjugated form of a verb. En français, tous les infinitifs terminent avec ER, IR ou RE. So, en français, all infinitives, all of them, every single one, whether they're regular or irregular verbs, all infinitives end in ER, IR ou RE. This is the dictionary form of the verb. You will not find conjugated verbs in the dictionary, or if you do, they will send you to another entry to look up what they mean, and that entry will end in ER, IR ou RE. So this is, c'est ça, c'est la fin du dictionnaire. This is the dictionary form of a verb. Okay. Et puis, ça veut dire, it translates as to blank. And what goes on this blank is always a verb. So, to verb, or not to verb in the case of a negative infinitive. Translates as to verb. For example, penser, to think, is an example of an infinitive. It ends in ER. So, puis, on va ajouter le mot verb stem. So once you have an infinitive, and you've taken away the ER, IR, and RE in order to start using it in a sentence, you are actually left with a verb stem. So verb stem. The verb stem is what's left over, or the leftover letters, what's left after you remove the infinitive ending. In this case, when you remove the ER, IR, ou RE from an infinitive. Infinitif. Okay. So, par exemple, if we are looking une fois encore à penser, if we're looking again at penser, if we drop the ER, then it becomes pense. And this pense, c'est le verb stem. Okay? And then the last thing that I would like to look at is this word which is unconjugated. This is a terribly fancy word. It's the adjective form of the verb to conjugate. So let's take a look at the infinitive to conjugate. Okay. To conjugate. This is a very fancy term, and ça veut dire to change the verb to match the subject. So this is simply to change the verb to match the subject. Comme ça avec penser. So, une fois encore, par exemple, for example, penser. So, avec penser, to say instead of to think, for instance, if you want to say I think, you need the je form, so I, and then when you drop the er, P-E-N-S, you add the correct ending for je, which in this case is e. In this case, I have conjugated the verb, changed the verb, to match the subject. The verb could be in the past, present, or future, or some other tense to be named. But in every case, I have changed it to match the specific subject that it's going with. Okay? Merci. Au revoir.